it's Eddie the Chump coming back with another video. Today's video is about the term overpowered and why it pisses me off and why people who use it are mentally lazy and it makes them bad at anything, including COD. It could be anything. Right, okay, so the term overpowered. Now, we've all had the scenario where you do well in a lobby and at the end people are trash talking you, saying that you're using overpowered weapons or the setup you're using is overpowered and da 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 da. And it's something I hear all the time. It's something that I hear in other commentators' videos, not them saying things are overpowered, but you know, people get accused of using overpowered things. People don't want to see certain weapons in YouTube videos anymore because they're so overpowered, as Wicked Shrapnel would say. I've had enough. I'm just done. I'm done with people saying things are overpowered. There are very few things in any competitive shooter that are truly overpowered. Now, there can be a case made for dual FMG9s, them being overpowered, and the original state of the Type 95, a guaranteed one burst rifle in Call of Duty, which I don't really think has its place. I think that was overpowered, but they patched it. Man, they patched all these things. When you make a multiplayer game like this, there's going to be things that you can't test in a developer studio. It has to hit the wild. It has to hit people coming up with different classes and different ways of using the gun. You know, I don't know if they thought how lethal a Type 95 would be with Stalker and a red dot sight. You know, maybe they did, maybe they didn't. It's certainly the case with the FMG9s. I mean, I don't think anyone can dispute that they perform, they make bad people successful, which is the true definition of overpowered. If you are a bad player and you use something and then you do well because of that setup, that's legitimately overpowered. But it's overused all the time. I'm talking specifically about Modern Warfare 3. Well, you know, what's the setup that everyone says is overpowered? The ACR, okay? There's two really predominant ones, the ACR and the MP7, and people say they're overpowered. Right. Now, you could say, I mean, they're not. Let me just state that. They're not overpowered. The assault rifle class is actually really competitive. There are at least 4 to 5 assault rifles that are useful. Now, the ACR is the most adaptable of all the assault rifles. It has the most average stats and performance. So it's usable in the most situations, up close, at a distance, whether you're aggressive or defensive. That's not overpowered. That means that the player who's using that rifle is capable of adapting their game to all those different kind of engagements, as Woody would say. Now, it's not the gun that's overpowered, it's actually relatively weak. If I had you at a distance with a G36 and you had an ACR, I promise you I would win. I promise you. Because the G36 is better in that certain scenario. It's not so good up close when you go full auto. That's the thing about the ACR. It's not overpowered, it's average. And the same goes for the MP7. This gun that I'm using in this gameplay, rapid fire PP90 with range, there's not a gun in the game that kills quicker. There's just not. It even beats FMG9s. It's the most devastating gun if you can stay on target. But it's got, you know, it kicks about all over the place. But it's better than the MP7 up close. You know, I beat most people who are using an MP7 with the rapid fire PP90. If I really want to slay, if I really want to go for assault streaks like I'm doing in this gameplay, that's what I'll use. Because I know as soon as I get on target, and this is the strength of my game, you know, quick reactions, quick for initial accuracy, they're dead. And that's why I do well with it. Now, is that overpowered? No. I've learned how to use that. There are counters to it. You could use one. That's my point. These things can't be called overpowered because everyone has access to them. And the more harping on people do about this setup's overpowered or this is overpowered or whatever, it's totally meaningless because we all have access to the same weapons. It's not like someone else gets an ACR that's different. They're all the same. You have the freedom to use them. Now, brings me on to my second point. Why do you hear the term overpowered? Because the guns aren't actually overpowered, all right? They're balanced, everyone gets to use them. You hear it because it's people being mentally lazy, okay? When someone kills you with something, and you see a lot of it, it's widely used, say like the FAMAS in Black Ops and stuff like that. They say, that one setup dominates my setup, right? And they find that frustrating. That might not be the truth, though. We all know what it's like to rage and, you know, be frustrated because someone beat us in a one-on-one or something like that. It's frustrating, but you have to just take it on the chin. Like, you can't be that mentally lazy. You can't say to yourself, I lost that gunfight because someone's using an overpowered setup. No, you probably lost that gunfight because the person you're playing either outreacted you or had better cover or made a better decision. That's generally why you lose gunfights in COD. And that kind of blaming something else for your own mistakes is the mental laziness that I'm talking about, that is behind people that say things are overpowered. You need to stop doing that. You need to take responsibility and analyze why, if you do badly, why you're doing badly, because that process is fundamentally important in improving. You will never get better at something if you continually blame something's overpowered or at some unfair advantage, because it doesn't exist. If you're losing, it's because you need to get better. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, please like and subscribe. Go to my channel, check it out. Help it grow. Cheers.